Look at this strawberry. It's huge, bright red, perfect shape. It looks like it's straight off a magazine page. And it has zero taste, none at all. It's like eating red water. But this one, ugly, uneven, almost unsightly, it tastes like summer, like your grandma's jam, like childhood. Someone decided that the first one was better, and that decision has changed what you've been eating for over 60 years. Today, I'm going to tell you who made that choice and why. Hi there. Today we're talking about a crime, not a legal one, a culinary one. Do you know how many strawberries Americans eat every year? About 8 pounds per person. It's the most popular berry in the U.S., and according to surveys, most Americans believe that supermarket strawberries are tasteless or not like they used to be. The U.S. grows over 1 million tons of strawberries a year. California provides 90% of that, and almost all of those strawberries are of a single variety, just one, out of all the diversity that exists in the world. Now, a little shocker before I pivot to something else, and then I'll explain why this matters. The flavor of the strawberry was removed intentionally, not by accident, not because of climate change, not because of soil chemistry. It was a conscious decision, a business decision. But first, let's look at what a strawberry can actually be, because most of us simply don't know. There are over 600 varieties of strawberries in the world, from the tiny wild ones, the size of a pea with a staggering aroma, to massive garden hybrids. Wild strawberries, the kind gathered in Europe and Ukraine, contain several times more aromatic compounds than any commercial variety. It's these compounds, furanone, linalool, mesophyranane, that provide that very smell and taste you remember from childhood. And here's the intriguing fact I'll reveal in just a few seconds. American producers knew about these compounds. They knew exactly what needed to be preserved. And they deliberately bred a variety where these compounds are almost non-existent, because in exchange, they got something else. In the 1960s, California producers faced a problem. Tasty strawberries are soft. They spoil in 2 or 3 days. They are hard to transport, hard to store, hard to sell in a supermarket thousands of miles away from the farm. So, scientists at the University of California, yes, a university, this was an official program, began breeding a new variety. The mission statement was, the berry must be large, bright, firm, and have a long shelf life. There wasn't a single word about taste in the technical requirements. Not one word. In 1983, the Chandler variety appeared, then Camarosa, then Albion and Monterey. Each successor was bigger, firmer, and prettier, and each one had fewer of those aromatic compounds that provide flavor. Scientists even have a name for this phenomenon, the flavor-texture tradeoff. The firmer the berry, the fewer volatile compounds it releases, and volatile compounds are the taste and aroma. Now, why hasn't this changed? We've known about the problem for a long time. It's been written about in scientific journals since the 90s. The answer is simple and unpleasant. The system is not interested in taste. The producer sells the berries wholesale, by weight and appearance, not by flavor. The supermarket buys what stays on the shelf the longest. The consumer sees a big red berry and buys with their eyes. No one in this chain gets paid for taste. Therefore, taste has vanished. Now, here's a controversial fact that flips the whole picture. There are scientists, and quite a few of them, who say, the problem isn't just the variety, the problem is when the strawberry is harvested. Commercial strawberries are picked underripe, on purpose, so they can survive transportation. They ripen on the road or in the store's refrigerator, but flavor compounds only form when the berry ripens on the bush under the sun. In a refrigerator, this process stops, meaning even if the variety was delicious, the delivery system kills the flavor before the berry ever reaches you. But here is where the picture turns completely. In 2021, scientists from the University of Florida, after 20 years of work, bred a new variety. It's called Florida Brilliance. It's big, it's firm, and it's delicious. They found a way to preserve both texture and aroma simultaneously. The news hit all the scientific journals. Producers were interested. And do you know what happened next? Almost nothing. Because to switch to a new variety, you have to overhaul all the logistics, all the contracts, all the supermarket standards. It costs billions. And until the system has a financial incentive, it won't budge. Delicious strawberries exist. They've already been bred, they are waiting. But the system says, not right now. So, the bottom line? American strawberries have no taste not because the soil is bad, not because of chemicals, and not because of the climate. They were made tasteless intentionally, because flavor isn't measured on a conveyor belt, but firmness is. The aromatic compounds that provide true flavor disappeared through selective breeding for transportability. Harvesting before maturity finishes off the rest. And the system isn't interested in changing, because you keep buying it. With your eyes. And now, for an unexpected finale. Next time you buy strawberries, don't go for the biggest and most beautiful ones. Go for the darkest, the least perfect ones. The ones with uneven sides and an almost burgundy color. That's where the flavor is hiding. The market and the supermarket sell you beauty. You have to find the taste yourself. And next week, I'll tell you about another product whose flavor was stolen, but not by Americans and not because of logistics. There's a completely different reason. Hint, this product is on your table almost every day. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Hit the like button if you look at strawberries differently today. And tell me in the comments, what kind of strawberries do you remember from your childhood and where did they grow?